Good evening and a warm welcome to the SES webinar on the second episode of Green and Sustainable Designs for Industrial Structures. May I now introduce you to the co-moderators and speakers for the day. Mr. V. Sridhar Reddy, Managing Director, Sri Harsha Consulting Engineers Private Limited. A graduate in civil engineering from University College of Engineering, Osmania University, Hyderabad, he started his career with MC Consulting Engineers as a design engineer in the year 2002. He started his own consultancy firm, Sri Harsha Consulting Engineers Private Limited, and successfully completed more than 1,000 projects. Few of his prominent projects are AP Secretariat at Amravati, Telangana CM Camp Office at Hyderabad, KSITM Project, Control Data Center Limited, and many more. Our co-moderators, Mr. Avneet Singh, Editor-in-Chief, MX Business Media. Now our speakers, Mr. R.S. Dwivedi, Senior Vice President, PC Designs Private Limited. With a diploma in civil engineering, Mr. Ravi Shankar Dwivedi has supremacy of skill set including site supervision, estimating and costing, preparing bills, programming, checking of subcontractor bills, and coordinating. He has worked on many industrial projects such as Hero Motocorp Limited, Hero Honda Motors, Haridwar, Sterlite Technologies at Haridwar, etc. Mr. Dwivedi also has experience working on international projects. Up next is Mr. Mahindra Pingle, Deputy General Manager, Marketing Development, Tata BlueScope Steel. Mr. Mahindra has over 25 years of experience within the steel construction industry. He has worked in coil coating operations, sales and marketing functions with Tata BlueScope Steel over 18 years. His main contribution has been introducing innovative technologies for enhanced steel product development, product assistance on selection of cladding material through specifiers community based on site location and building shapes. However, his focus all throughout his professional journey has been advocating positively the benefits of steel within the construction industry. Up next is Mr. Amit Shah, Director Designers Consultancy Services. A gold medalist from MS University Baroda, has excellent leadership and management skills. Mr. Amit has obtained rich experience in design of various industrial structures before starting his own firm, Designers Consultancy Services. Under his able leadership, the firm today is one of the leading consultants in industrial buildings. Some of the landmark projects include Midea India Limited, Indospace Logistics Park, Datweiler Pharmaceuticals, etc. Requesting all the attendees to please participate in the poll and do write the name of the speaker whom you would like to address the question to. Also glance through our latest interactive issue, SSMB Magazine, the link of which will be available in the chat box. Over to you, Mr. Dwivedi.
Good afternoon to everyone. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, Mr. Dwivedi, good afternoon.
Should I start?
Yes, please.
Are you able to see my screen?
Not yet.
My screen is visible or?
No, sir.
No. Okay. Screen. 1 minute.
Yeah.
It is visible now?
Yeah, it's visible now, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Good afternoon to everyone again. I am R.S. Dwivedi from PC Design. Already they have introduced to me. We have designed the project for Hero Motocorp Limited at Chittoor in Andhra Pradesh. The master planning was done for the complete land of 660 acres. They are having 660 acre land. And presently they have occupied 145 acre land in which various buildings have been designed. The main building is assembly plant and the paint shop and the frame assembly doll building and the dispatch area. These are the bigger buildings. Principle on which the plant was designed to create high performance facility by reducing negative impact on the environment. Design approach is the passive architecture. It is basis on orientation of the building, lot of natural light, energy efficient facility, water conservation features, indoor equipment quality, generation of power through solar panels. Design aims is for the IGBC lead green building certification. The key feature is it is a PB building. The building is designed in two heights. Each bay of 15 meter is having 10 meter height, and another 15 meter is 12 meter height. We have provided north light glazing to get the natural lights from north side. Glazing is provided on both sides. Basically, I'm sharing a small sketch for that. This kind of assembly plant is there. Orientation provides the sufficient natural light to interior space, no requirement of switching the light in daytime. Structure planned with grid up, maybe low bay, high bay. I have explained to you. It was basically planned to install the glass on high bay north side on the natural light and the solar film on the south side. We have planned to a bamboo structure. It's a bamboo dome having 25-meter height. It was created for just for get together and for any large convention public training purpose. The structure will be like this. Presently, it is not completed, but it will look like this. The plant will be totally air conditioned. We will be installing the presently it is not installed. It is planned and it is in the design scheme. There will be Bigfoot units. The unit is basically it is shown like this. It will appear like this in the photograph. It is a ductless air conditioning system for large footprints. There won't be. I will show you again. You see maybe see the cursor. Only chute will be inside the plant. There won't be any ducting. It will blast the air. Moreover, this size of plant is 467 meter by 72 meter. There we have planned 4 units for this much size in the assembly unit. Apart from the Bigfoot unit, we have planned the baffle walls for acoustic purpose. There are visual protection films in the display area in the office building. Indoor greenery we have planned in terms of green wall, outside also, inside also. Grass screen pavers are provided in the parking area to create the environmental paving system. We have done the road, bituminous road with the waste plastic, keeping the mind in the environment and green building system. Basically, in any architecture, we always feel that we should use the best material in the project, which give us maybe more of the design and the aesthetic flexibility. We have used the metal sheeting of maybe Tata Blue Scope. It's a color bond roofs and walls sheeting. Our basically, and we are using the Tata Blue Scope sheet in the our various building also. It is used in the conventional steel building also, and it is used in the PV buildings also. In the various warehouse, it is in the design also, and it is in execution also. Thank you very much.
Mr. Pingley, you can share your presentation, please.
Two minute share. Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. Thanks, Devidi sir, about nice presentation about Hero MotoCorps.
So can you make
Uh,
the presentation full screen, please?
yeah. Yeah. So innovative, actually, I'm going to talk about innovative steel for sustainable buildings. And today's topic is more focused on coated steel part of it, typically in the pre-painted steel. So pre-painted steel, before that, everyone knows about Tata Blue Scope Steel now. It's more than 15 years in India. And this product has been there in Indian infrastructure projects or industrial projects more than 20 years now. So this was sold in under BHP Steel and then Blue Scope Steel, now Tata Blue Scope Steel. So this company is joint venture between Tata Steel and Blue Scope Steel. Both are the companies are more than 100-year-old, global reputation, and excellent focus on safety, manufacturing excellence, quality innovations, research and development. Now they are talking about sustainability for the buildings. As you know, the steel has been used mostly in engineering and construction as a material, which because of it is very strong, durable, flexible, and reusable, and most easily is a recyclable material. So if you see that the 85% of the construction, steel recovery rate is around 85% from the construction. And if we are doing the recycling, then you can save millions of carbon dioxide. So this is about the life cycle segmentation I'm talking about because of the steel durability and recyclability. So it goes to the construction phase. If you can fabricate or prefabrication or PEB manufacturing, which helps to reduce the lead time and whatever the constructions, nuisance there that happens normally in the construction site because of the fabrications or weldings and cuttings and all these things. This is not required nowadays because the PEB buildings have been designed and fabricated at factory and shipped as a we can say full kit solution to the site where it can be assembled and it can be ready to use for that. So it is mostly it's a dry system construction and it is fully environmental friendly products for that. So we are not using natural resources when we are building the factory over there. So if in case of designing or life cycle of the buildings, the weight reduction of structure is normally very important, where we can save steel wherever there is a requirement of the loads where you can design with the steel structure. Steel has excellent longer spanning capability. So you can have the columnless structure. Sometimes we can span say 100-meter span wherever they required because airports, aircrafts requires the hangars requires a clear span of 100 meters plus. So the steel is the only solution for that. So if you want to have extension of the buildings, so extension possible in case of PEB buildings or any conventional steel buildings without any disturbing anything, and it can be built very fast. Since if we're talking about organic color coated steel, there's a pre-painted steel. Nowadays, the paint system is developed, which gives more reflectivity. So you can get very comfortness inside the building who is working on under the roof. So the sort of things, so this talk about sustainability. And if you talk about end of the life, we can say, so you can dismantle it or reusable or recycle again. So this is the benefit of steel. Overall life cycle cost of the steel is very low compared to the RCC structure or any non-conventional structure type of things. Nowadays, the architects wants to build nice, sustainable architectural buildings. So for that, the steel has to take that type of structure, shapes. So we manufacture the color coated steel, that is color bond steel. And when it is going for various further operations, and whenever there is a cutting sorry, it's a bending or crimping or any type of shape, roll forming. So the paint film should not cracks. So it is going to give with stability, or it gives perfectness for your structures. So we have a range of colors. So you can choose any colors. Again, it is thermally efficient buildings. So it's the best choice for architect to use color coated steel for your building applications. So these are some of the photographs. It is there in built in Australia. I am just sharing that to you because of the architecture. Very nicely done in for institutional buildings or shopping malls type of things. It's not limited to small buildings. It is go for the large industries. So industries should talk about the extreme weather conditions. Material should withstand for extreme weather conditions. And in case of Tata Steel, we have done 1.3 million square meter. We have supplied that and built, installed the cladding for the Tata Steel for that. In case of MRF, you can see MRF, the tire manufacturing factory. So they have tested the product by themselves and they have found Tata Blue Scope Steel Color Bond Steel is the best choice for them. And we have supplied more than 6 lakh square meter steel for their factories through various PEB vendors. Same applicable to the BSF, that is again the chemical catalyst manufacturer company, where they have used color bond steel for that. Again, the square meter we can talk about, it's more than say lakh square meter. Same thing with the Colgate Palmolive things. So it's the steel has been suitable for large industries, processing industry, where the chemical fumes or very close to the coast or sort of extreme weather, the steel has to withstand, and color bond steel is an option for that. It's again the logistic parts where the structure is built with the curved structure or the double slope structure with the various combinations and logos properties. You can see it's not only white color or blue color. They're gone with the gray and dark gray colors. That's monomen color, and orange is the strip as complying to the logo. So we develop the color, we match the color as per the client's requirement, and the building can withstand and look beautiful, and it withstand all these extreme weathers. And the building is whenever somebody's have their logo things or any uniqueness, they can build in the northeast face south, and the color is unique, so you can identify from the distance that warehouse belongs to that company. So that sort of things is we can support them to supply the colors as per their choice. It's an automotive industry where a lot of steel has been supplied to the MNCs who are building the factories in India, and they go only for the quality product, which is again is sustainable to environment. I would say it is environmental friendly, thermally efficient, and the color which withstand for long time towards the life cycle of the building. So you don't need to repaint it again. That's why MNCs are preferring the product which is look, because it should complement each other on their quality. So they always prefer the cladding material of good quality. So these metros, Pune Metro, Kolkata Metro, Chennai Metro, Delhi Metro, various locations, various metros, our product has been there. So whenever you compare, there are other steel has been used for that, but color bond steel withstand this own, and you can see differentiate the which station is look good and which station is look bad. So this is the choice because of the color performance of the color bond steel is excellent over the period of time, whether it is the metros is located in Bombay or located in Pune or Kolkata or Chennai. So it's withstand for that. So same thing with the stadiums. So Commonwealth Games stadiums, this architect was Australian architect. He has used color bond ultra over there because of the durability. And Balewadi Stadium, where we have supplied the different color coated steel for that stadiums with the uniqueness of their different stadiums. Not limited to the infrastructure like the Boeing, we have supplied a lot of steel over there. The Nagpur hangars, which has been built by Mr. Amit Shah, and the design by Amit Shah. And Trichy Airport is the concept design. You can see the temple look, where the color is being developed to meet that expectations, and we have submitted that for approvals. But that's why the uniqueness can come, and this is a landmark project if whenever you are visiting that site. So we are making beautiful buildings, beautiful nature, and it is not damaging the environment, and it is also for human. So what goes behind the making the color bond steel? So color bond steel has a zinc column steel as a substrate, and it has been made at the factory, and with having a 5 layer of protections, which gives durability, aesthetic, and talk about the sustainability for the buildings throughout the life of the building structure. So it's the manufacturing process of ours is again sustainable. So whatever we manufacture at the factory, so whatever the surface treatment sections, solvent emissions, absence of harmful substance in the paint system, which is already complying, we are complying to that. And that's why we got the accreditation of ISO 14001 for environmental management system standard. So this is the sustainability is also extended to the manufacturing process as well as site fabrications and then that things. So what are the range? We offer different types of products, which is color bond steel, XRW steel for general application, where there is no harmful gases, or it is factories are located at type 3, type C1 or C2 or C3 type of environment. And color bond steel has Thermatec technology, which gives more reflectivity. In case of Thermatec technology, you've heard the name of SRI value. Nowadays, green building is talking about higher SRI values product for cladding material. So color bond steel has the SRI value is more than 78 for some lighter colors. Also, if you go with the SRI value for say 30, 40, when the building slope has to be designed in a such a way that it has to be more than 10 degree slope. Lower the 10 degree slope, then you have to use higher SRI value product. So somebody is looking for metallic finish. So metallic finish also we offer for the buildings, where you can get a metallic luster. In the morning you will see the different colors, and the sunset you will be seeing the different color. That is the day of particular day, the building is going to give a different look at altogether, and it is complying with these category type 3, type 4 category, which is as per the ISO standard or Australian standard. So it's not limited to, if somebody is looking for projects which is very near to the coast, say 100 meters, or within the industrial, heavy industrial, where there is a very next to within 5 meters distance or 2 meter distance, there is another factory which emits chemical fumes or gaseous or vapors. So whether the building which you are making for the say assembly unit, we are not emitting any influence fumes during the manufacturing, but nearby companies are going to have. So your roof has to withstand for that type of atmospheric condition. So Colorbond Ultra is the product which is giving more life. I would say it's 1.5 times more than Colorbond XRW, and it is going to give more life for your building, which is located near to the coast or the industrial environment. So what is the assurance? If somebody talk about, are you doing this justification where this is going to perform for that? So we are not limiting on the accelerated lab test. We also go for a real life outdoor test to assure the quality of product, because we are offering the product, but what is going to happen in the 10 years? So we are assuring that 10 years performance or 20 years performance based on our experience, because this product has been tested and proven is more than say about 60 years now. So we know that. So what is the test normally does? The routine test, where normally the product is going to have the further operation like a bending or curving and all these things. We measure that bend test, or there is pencil hardness, where the scratch test, impact test, or if somebody is doing the hammering, what is going to happen on the color coated steel. And we also measure the right kind of, whether paint DFT is right or not, on what is the color, whether you are asking for something your color and where I'm supplying something it has to match with, it should not be differentiate with the naked eyes. So that is what color difference is being measured. So, and long-term test, which is again is laboratory stimulated test, which is the salt spray test, then UV test, where the ultraviolet rays we can be measured into that, what is going to perform in the ultraviolet rays. A Q-fog test, which is a cyclic test, where cyclic corrosion is going to happen because we are stimulating the condition what is there in the atmosphere in the coastal or in the industrial zones, and then humidity where the factories is located in the Mumbai or something like the coastal area, humid regions. So we are measuring the performance of the product, and it's not limited to that. Is the outdoor exposure test. Blue Scope Steel is doing the test, and we are also doing in India. We have done the test for outdoor exposure at various locations, and we have 2 sites currently operational on that. So this type of, see, if the factory is very close to the coast, we treat as a C4 type of category, and we measure the performance. We create the formulations, we keep the samples wherever a new product if you want to introduce, or what is the performance of the competitors, what is the performance of our material, what are the colors we are going to introduce near future, what are the different innovations we are going to do. So everything is done in that. It's just like a laboratory, our exposure laboratory, outdoor exposure laboratory. So upon if I want to introduce new product, so we do the test prior to that, say 5 years prior to the product launch, and we keep the 15 to 20 formulations, and then we select which is the formulation is going to withstand for that 5 years of exposure. So based on that, product is introduced and then supplied. We are not supplying the product, just mixing the one pigment or resins and supplying and delivering that. That is not our aim. So this is a tested and proven product, which that's why we are assuring the performance of the product. So it's not limited to the coastal region. How is going to, the product is behaving on the ultraviolet rays, or it is a combination of marine, ultraviolet or industrial. So we measure all the performance in the different sites, and we check these are the 2 of the examples. The original color of orange, it changed to yellow, or blue, it changed to white. These are the performance of the inferior paint is been used over there, and the product is going to give the performance only after 3 to 4 years, not immediately. So if you are building the beautiful nature, we need to be assured that the product is going to withstand, not limited to 3 to 4 years. It has to go perform life cycle of the buildings without maintenance. So if you talk about the cleaning, if a roof sheet is always, rainwater is cleaning the roofs. If those areas which are under unwashed area, where mostly the corrosion is happening quickly. So roof product is going to give more life, but the product which is there, the unwashed area, what it is under the eave, there will be some chances of corrosion compared to the roof. That's why we have to have the regular cleaning or maintenance, so that you can the building is going to last for longer. So what type of formulations we talk about? I'm just going to little bit detail about the paint system, where most of the consultants and architects are ignoring the fact, or they are not going to detail. They are treating every color-coated steels are equal. So, but you need to see what product you are going to select and using and recommending for your projects. So that's why it's small information. So paint is made up of pigments, resins, and additives. These are the important things. Solvent is used for the application method. So resin is very, very important part of it. It is the backbone of paint. It improves the physical properties and characteristics of the paint. And there are different types of resins. Is epoxy, alkyd, polyester, PVD, plastisols, RMP, SMPs falls under the polyester family. But it is about 35% of this. Then pigments, which gives the color for your object or the steel. And it improve the hiding. You are not going to see the metallic surface because you are hiding the surface by using the pigments. And the gloss, corrosion protection. Pigments also providing the corrosion protections. And also it provide the heat reflectivity more. Infrared reflectance property is very good in some of the pigments, which we can talk about in detail. And the additives, which are just like UV additives, which gives is the using of only 1% of the additive, but it is giving the durable long-term performance. And the solvent area, it's about that. It's for application method. So what is the resin? Just regular modified resins, polyester, which is a family of RMP. It's a very low cost product. And most of the companies are preferring to use that low cost product. But if you see the weathering performance of this RMP product is very, very low. It's poor weathering. But the RMP is mostly preferred for interior applications where the appliances of the washing machine, refrigerators, where the RMP is preferred because it is not going to expose to the UV light. So that's why RMP is preferred over there. Silicon modified polyester is an advanced version of RMP. So it's cycloaromatic structure. Again, it is having 30 to 50% of silicon content. If the silicon content is less than 30, then we can't call it as a silicon modified polyester. Mostly the 5% of the content of silicon is used in the SMPs. That is what it is exactly same as the RMP product. Because of it is a hydraulically unstable product. When there is the rain or it's continuous wetness, the SMP is going to fail over there. And it has a poor flexibility because the having a content of silicon into the paint is gives a film getting harder. So it's not a good paint system, and it has been very old. Nowadays, it's a super durable polyester. The polyester paint system is improved further and further, and that's why I call it as super durable. Durability is improved and good weathering resistant. It's very good for flexibility. Whatever the drawbacks in RMP is SMP, it is improved version of super durable, and it is a cost effective things compared to that. If you compare with the PVDF has excellent flexibility, outstanding weathering resistance, but it is very expensive, which is and it is not affordable to the factories. If you are building a very big factory, PVDF cannot be affordable. But the benefit is the weathering performance is good. But if you are going for weathering performance like this color fading and chalking, but you are ignoring the corrosion resistant performance, which is the corrosion performance of the PVDM paint system is compared to super durable polyester is low because it has creepage issues and all these things. The paint film is coming out just like that. So, and some of the peoples are using low grade PVDF, which is having the carcinogenic content. So you have to, if you want to go for PVDF for the architectural or landmark project for color performance, I would recommend to go for Kynar or Hylar type of things, which is having 70% of the PVDF and 30% of the acrylic, which is a very, very strong carbon fluoride bond, which is good for that, but not for the corrosion performance point of view. So if you see talking about PVDF, the color performance, original color versus the exposed thing. If the delta means original versus what is weathered. So color difference, which is about 7.4, but same different formulation of resin, but similar pigments, you can get the different performance. So selection of right kind of polyester system is also important for getting the durability and sustainability of your building. In case of pigments, there are three types of pigments normally. Organic pigments, very low cost effectiveness, is very low, poor, low cost, I would say higher tint and bright colors. So bright colors, mostly if you're saying the clean color of bright color, the paint where they are using only organic pigments, it's more susceptible to color fading. Within 2 years, 3 years of UV exposure, it is going to fade. Poor resistance to heat and chemicals and poor heat reflectivity. But to overcome these problems, inorganic pigments, which is naturally occurring, which is not damaging the environment, it is sustainable, and it is having the earthy look. And same thing, the ceramics, which is metal oxides, it is made at the 1200 degrees centigrade. So these two inorganic and ceramic pigments are the pigments which are giving a long-term performance, color performance, but it is costly. You have to pay for that if you're looking for really good aesthetic for your building. So this is different pigments, but resin symbol. Organic pigments, delta is 23. Inorganic pigments using 6.7. You can see the difference. So that is what the selection of right pigment is must to get the durability of it.
Mahendraji,
Similar
we need
applicable to the
to.
primer is as well. Primer is also important part of it because it is in between the substrate and the top coat. If it is compatible with the both the things, it is going to perform long time. And we don't need to ignore this zinc column steel as a substrate is excellent over the galvanized substrate. This is everyone knows about that nowadays. Zinc column steel is is used for that applications. So performance measurement, if you're building the factory, so what you are going to see, you have to see whether this color coated steel is going to be retain its color for long time, whether it is not going to chalk, and whether is film integrity. There won't be any paint film peeling of it. So important thing is quality coating system.
Mr. Pinkley,
Maintain,
can we speed it
yeah,
up?
it's on 2 minutes only.
Yeah.
Color bond steel has excellent. You can see the fading performance. I just explained about that. If you are going to have color retention, you have the delta E value has to be as low as the possible. If somebody is giving a delta E value of say 25, 30, then it is not a right paint system. So color bond system is excellent color retention over the structure, over life of structure. Same thing with the chalking resistance is excellent in case of color bond steel, and it doesn't have chalking, and that's why it is performing for a long time. Same thing, the film integrity, we don't see this type of problems of the in color bond steel because film integrity of product is excellent. There won't be any intercoat adhesion is excellent in all our product what we manufactured in our Jamshedpur factory. So always check for the product. I said people normally go for, if somebody is giving warranty, then yeah, only document is sufficient to have this warranty, and we go, okay, 10 years, 20 years. We look only for 10 years or 20 years. But what is been mentioned as a parameter which we need to focus. If you are not focusing, then the people try to give only RMP coated, organic pigments, low cost product for the premium building applications. So my request is to that, don't ignore the fact. So color bond steel, you can say delta is we offer for light colors, dark colors and medium colors is about this unit. And if you compare with the warranties offered in the market with this parameter of 25 delta, so you can imagine, so you can't claim for that color fading because they said I have given a 25 delta, it is within that or is close to that. And we talk about 10 years for that. So these are the very, very important parameters which we need to look into that. So what is the performance over a period of time? So these are the actual facts, which is 12 years of exposure of our factory, not our factory, our color bond steel in Chennai locations. It's excellent, low fading. And if you go for the product which is designed by architect excellently, but the product over a period of time is not performing, where is the architectural look is going? Where is the sustainability? It is damaging environment and all these things. So at the end of this, I would say combining the advanced coating technology where the high quality paint system gives the guarantee on aesthetics and the durability. So color bond steel withstand all the extreme conditions. It doesn't have the hexavalent chromium compound in exterior coatings. It is doesn't have a heavy heavy metals, and it is free from lead content. And having the Thermatec technology, you are going to live comfortable inside the buildings, and it is product is with the warranties. You can have the peace of mind. No need to do the maintenance again and again. And also it is a green certified product by IGBC. Thanks. This is so that's from my side. Thank you.
Mr. Shah, can
Yeah,
you
over
please
to you,
share
sir.
your presentation?
Yeah, my presentation is over.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks.
Amit sir, you need to unmute yourself, please.
Hi, good evening, everybody. I hope I'm visible and my presentation also is visible.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I'm Amit Shah from Designers Consultancy Services. We are a leading consultant in design of industrial buildings, specifically PEBs. I would initially take you through a brief about my company, Designers Consultancy Services. Designers Consultancy Services is led by me, Amit Shah. I've done my MTech from IIT Mumbai and B Civil from MS University Baroda, with I hold 3 gold medals from MS University. I have working experience of 2 years with Voltas Limited and 10 years with ACC Limited, wherein I have got good exposure of very heavy industrial structure designs. My total experience is 27 years now. The team of DCS has one senior design engineer. He's also MTech from Walchandnagar, and 5 moderately experienced engineers. All of them are between 5 to 10 years experience. We have 2 architects to understand requirements of various projects. The main strength of DCS remains in development of proprietorship softwares and using those softwares for project-specific requirements. This optimizes our efficiency and gives very consistent and a quality output to the customer. We use, apart from our own softwares, we use latest softwares like StatPro, Tekla and all. And that gives us very efficient designs. We believe in client and project conscious approach. For us, every project is a separate challenge, and we address each project specifically. For example, for a warehousing building which needs optimization, it may be a 500-ton project, but optimization is a key in warehousing industries. Similarly, you have some very heavy industrial structures which may not be that sensitive to the optimization, but they would like to have longevity and good quality constructions. So we believe in designing project based on specific requirement of the customer. Some of the recently concluded project of importance I have listed out. We have concluded Cipla Limited in Rohtang, Sikkim. We have recently completed manufacturing facility for a company named Maidia India Limited near Pune in Supa. We completed Detweiler Limited near Satara in Pune, near Pune. We have done Dassault Reliance Aerospace Limited, which is manufacturing facility for Rafale fighter jets in Nagpur. We recently did maintenance shades for Nagpur Metro, which are already commissioned and in operation now. We recently did a factory for Britannia Limited at Mundra. We have designed factory for Big Pens, the European giant in pen manufacturing. They have made joint venture with Cello Pens, and their factory in Vapi is designed by us. We have designed aircraft hangars for military engineering services at Santa Cruz Airport, at Karwar, at Colaba, Goa, and many more. We have been designing warehousing complexes for almost all major warehousing companies, including Indospace. We have designed a media pavilion for Rajkot Cricket Stadium at Rajkot. We have designed state-of-art clubhouse at Valsad for Mangalyam Meadows. And we have designed Reliance retail malls in Bhubaneswar. There are many more projects, and I can share my details if anybody is interested. We can discuss on those things later. Right now, I would be focusing on a major project named Cipla Limited in Sikkim, wherein we had a lot of engineering challenges, and it was one of the landmark project in that area. First, I would discuss why we chose PEB. For that, normal pharmaceutical companies, you will see majority of them would be using RCC, but we went for PEB because of this advantages. Number one is pharmaceutical buildings require dust control, and steel building with metal cladding has better dust control than the civil buildings. Civil building will require maintenance also, and the dust control also is not that good. Number two, this building is located in Sikkim, which is very high seismic zone. Because of high seismic zone, in case of earthquakes, RCC building tend to develop minor cracks. Whereas steel building is elastic, highly elastic in nature, and there is no problem of developing those cracks. The third advantage that we were having is the building was perfectly square building in plan, which is the best geometry you can think of for design of a PEB and highly optimized PEB design. So another reason for choosing PEB. Fourth reason was scheduling. We believed that by the time first floor of civil is completed, we will be ready with PEB material to be erected at site, thereby saving good amount of time. Casting one more slab would take more time than casting 3 floor level of PEB, completing erection of that PEB. So time frame was one big advantage. Fifth was the project was in hilly region. It was in Sikkim, and getting cement even is a challenge, because cement also will have to be, if you need so much of cement, it needs to be transported up there. And likewise, you have availability of laborers, you have availability of other material, everything is a challenge. So instead of that, we manufacture PEB in factory and bring it there, erect it. So dependence on various resources reduces to large extent. That was another thought process. As I told you, the main reason for doing this were two. Number one is time. We completed steel structure in almost 1/3 the time than what otherwise you would have put for concrete structure. And the second major reason was price. You save on cost. Compared to RCC structure, PEB was way cheaper because of the advantages of geometry and all. So these are some of the reasons why we used steel structure for CIPLA project. I'll give you a brief of the project. What did we do? This is one of the slide. The building was G+3 story building with basement, ground, and first floor in RCC. You can see that in photo. The building had very heavy loading because of their equipments, their manufacturing facilities inside, and they required very large unsupported spans. The spans were about 18 meter and load was as high as 2 tons per meter square. Floor plate, that means each floor was about 1 lakh square feet. As I told you, it was almost square in plan. So 100 meter by 100 meter approximately was the size of the floor. Total steel we designed was approximately 5,000 metric ton for that. Entire 5,000 metric ton was manufactured in plant and they were shipped to the site. This was one of the major challenge that we faced, and major highlight, as I told you, was the structure is designed in very high seismic zone. We had limitations of transportation. You cannot transport more than 6 meter long piece. So even the column requires joints at regular intervals. No piece can be longer than 6 meters. It's very difficult terrain to work. This is completely hilly terrain. Level difference between 2 points at the front and on the back side was as high as 14 meters. So therefore we had a part basement, then ground floor, and then first floor. These were highlights of the project. In this project, we have used, as Mr. Pingle was pointing out, we have used PVDF coated panels, and these are all sandwich panels, which has PIR insulation material inside, which is fire retardant. And the PVDF panel gives you excellent look from outside. I'll share some more pictures also as we progress on this presentation. The mother coil of all this steel was manufactured by Tata Steel. And believe me, today also building looks same. There is no change at all. It's almost 3 years that we have installed this material. There's no change. So PVDF has given a very good performance to us on this. I'll take you to some more details on this. the engineering challenges which we faced while designing the project. Major challenge was structure was so complicated and there are so many columns, beams and all levels running inside. It used to take about 48 minutes to run stat file once. And for any optimization of such level of structures, you will need maybe hundreds of such iterations. So design time was really a challenge. How do we reduce that? How do we expedite the design of each and every element? That was the biggest challenge. I have shared a model of 3D model of that. You can see how complicated it was. Number two, due to limitations of transportation, which I said, every 6 meters you have to have joint, and each joint has a different forces. We need to design each those connections. There were thousands of it. There were thousands. We were just, and on some given times, 3 or 4 engineers in my office is only designing connections for the project. So that's the level of engineering that has went into it. You can see in this photograph, because of 6 meter requirements, we have those kind of joints with big plates and all. Each of this has to be designed. There are about 100 columns, maybe more than that. Each column will require this type of joints, and each joint needs to be designed. So this was one major challenge that we had. Second was very heavy loadings. And because loading is very heavy, each joint becomes heavy. And third requirement which we put was, this being a pharmaceutical plant, we would like to have entire structure repainted after erection is completed, so that it remains clean. We do not have a lot of dust stick to that. That was also a big challenge. It's a huge amount of work to repaint the entire structure. You can see from this is from the outside. From one side, you can see this. As I told you, floor plate was 100 meter by 100 meter. Now you cannot take crane inside. How do you do erection of such heavy pieces? So we have to have long tower cranes. Tower crane with bamboo length of 60 meters, and 2 such tower cranes were deployed at site so that we can do erection from outside. We cannot put crane inside. If you put inside, then erection work is delayed that much. So we kept tower cranes outside and did these erections. Another challenge we had is, in one part of the building, they have installed ASRS, Automated Storage and Retrieval System. It's a kind of vertical warehouse. The height of the ASRS system was about 20 meters, 21 meters. And it requires clear height. So we need to install those long columns. These columns which you are seeing on the outer face were unsupported, or they're straight for about 18 meters, and then a small part of concrete column below. So that was another challenge, to install such tall columns without any problems in that area. And believe me, you can see the crane is located on slope. You can see the slope of terrain. In those kind of conditions, we have worked on this project. As I have mentioned, it has very large unsupported spans. The span was 18 meter. From this place to this place, it is 18 meter unsupported span with loading of 2 tons per meter square in that area. So you can judge depth of these girders were as high as 1.8 meters. And below that, we have large pipe rack structure installed. It was very heavy engineering which we have done for this. Apart from those large pipe rack structures and all, we also have to install walkable false ceilings in entire area. Walkable false ceiling is required for services and for maintenance of services. Further load on walkable false ceilings also add to the load which we already have. Another problem due to transportation limitation, I said, now this is 18 meter long girder, which we need to split into 3 parts because I cannot transport more than 6 meters. So many joints will have to be made and transported. But at the end of the day, you can see the product is very good. We have also used insulated roof here. This is a standing zinc profile, and we have designed roof for solar panel to give more sustainability to the building, because these are pharmaceutical buildings. It requires temperature control inside the building. Manufacturing requires a very accurate temperature control inside, which requires high-end air conditioning. And those air conditionings are fairly expensive. So we have made building so temperature tight that we can have temperature control inside building, and without spending much money onto it. So roof was standing zinc profile with solar panel installed, plus solar panel will give additional electricity. And sides were, as I told you earlier, it was PVDF coated steel outside, a normal color coded galvalume inside, and 100 thick PIR panels in that. This has reduced electric consumption, as I was told by CIPLA executives during the project execution. One more challenge which I told you also is ASRS area. You can see in this photograph, the ASRS requires clear height. This is a clear height. Total height from bottom to top was 23 meter clear. They need that. This clear height, and then you need to have those columns which are also on concrete. You can see at first floor level, till first floor level, we have concrete, and then we go with steel. So this engineering was challenging. We did that. If it interests you, I can quickly show you how the ASRS functions for those who have not seen this probably. I'll quickly take you through this. It's state-of-art storage facility inside. There is no manual involvement in picking up material from the storage systems. This is completely automated. You can see here, the lift will automatically pick up rack from the entire racking system. The pickup material come back. It will go to another location from where you want something more. It will pick up that and then come back. Right, so it is picked up from both the locations, and it will come back. You have product available. So manpower involvement is highly reduced, plus very safe storage solution, you can say. Right, this was a very interesting design experience that we had for installation of these racking systems, which are extremely tall racks. Next, you can see this photograph, which I wanted to show you, performance of color-coded sheets, the PVDF coated color-coded sheets. They are superb. You don't see even those corrugations. They are micro corrugations. And because sheet is so strong, it's 100 thick with insulation inside. So there's no question of getting any dents or bends and anything. Plus, we have concealed downtech pipes. We have concealed gutters, and we have given separate fascia, so even roof slopes are not visible. It gives you absolutely neat and clean view from outside. Some of the sustainability features which we have built into this project includes provision and installation of solar panels on roof. Number two, as I told you, we have used steel structure in this highly sensitive seismic zone. So because steel is used, there is no question of crack developments and refilling of cracks and all. If you have to refill cracks, it requires plant shutdown and plant recertification to start the plant, which is a lot of time. So because we have used steel building, we are out of this entire thing. As I told you earlier, Sikkim has almost constant temperature throughout the year. The temperature variation is not as large as you see it in Nagpur or in North India, Delhi and all. That is one advantage which we used for Sipla's for Sipla's sake. We have also done good insulation of the building. So maintaining temperature inside building was not a big challenge because of insulation and outside temperature constant, which gave a lot of power saving, electricity bill saving. As I have shown you, fascias, gutters, all are concealed, give you very clean look from outside. And most importantly, we have used steel as a material of construction, which is reusable. So you, all those who are looking to get green certification done, I think steel is the answer for them. This is how the plant looks from inside after completion. Nobody would even imagine from inside that this is a steel plant. That's the kind of engineering that has gone into it. And these are the clear spans which I was talking about. You can see a huge manufacturing hall without any column inside. We have everything. This is how it looks from outside after completion. Okay, that's all that I have to share about the Sipla project. In case any one of you needs more details or more information on this or any clarifications, you can always get in touch with me. Thank you so much.
Yeah, before we move on to the Q&A session, I request all the attendees to please glance through our latest interactive issue. The SSMB The SSMB interactive issue is focused on metal roofing and will take you through an interesting interview by country's renowned warehousing leader, Mr. Anshul Singhal, Managing Director, Welspun One, who will share his insights on development of warehousing industry. Also, the cover story on two-wheeler alloy manufacturing facility, Maharashtra, which is a green building certified pre-engineered structure. The roofing solution used makes the facility a sustainable structure. The other segments that will keep you glued to the issue is a design with steel, mind bogglers, and some interesting case studies and project features. Do glance to the same. The link will be available in the chat box. Also subscribe to our YouTube channel, SCS TV, which will be available in the chat box. And if you have any feedback, you can write to us at edit@mxbm.in. Over to you, Mr. Reddy. Thank you.
Yeah. Good evening. Thank you for the nice presentation, Dwivedi sir and Mr. Pingley and Mr. Shah. So, Dwivedi sir, so some of the questions, of course, it's a routine questions, but people wanted. So what are the material, grade of material you have used for the design?
Grade of material, basically in the PB, it was 250 grade material only. And the tubes, basically these are the Grindel girders, 2.7 meter high. Top and bottom card is made of maybe same hot rolled steel. And the vertical members are used of basically Tata, Tata steel. That grade is 310. And the top and bottom card is hard rolled, the 245. 250.
Are there any intermediate floors are also there in the Hero MotoCorp?
Which kind of floors?
Any intermediate floors, that is mezzanine floors, I mean to say.
No, sir.
No,
So there is no mezzanine floor in this assembly plant. Mezzanine floors are provided, that is in RCC, in the dispatch building. That is in basically conventional steel structure building, and with the metal leg and the RCC on top.
Yeah, Mr. Raghavendra Kulkarni is asking how to control the noise and vibration in floors. So can you give us some idea, if at all?
So basically, in case we are using the steel building, and it is maybe steel building with the metal deck and the RCC. When you put the RCC, then obviously there will be some noise down below because it is steel building. But in case noise is created by any equipment, then you can maybe use anti-vibration pad, anything else. In case it is storage building, then it is very difficult to control the noise, some noise from rising from the top.
So you have told that there are going to be north and south. You have given some lighting, right?
Yeah.
So it is only for the lighting, or a ventilation and air and ventilation also?
Sir, ultimately this plant will be totally air conditioned. As I mentioned that we are going to use this Bigfoot units. There will be 4 units installed, and there it is a ductless unit. Presently, all the units are not installed. That is why we have provided, for the time being, louvers in the windows, and we have put the exhaust fan in the north light lighting. Intake is provided from the bottom through the louvers, and the exhaust is exhausting the maybe hot air. This system presently we are using.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Mr.
We have
Pingley,
1 minute. We have provided, sir, HVLS fan also to circulate the air inside.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Pingley, it was a nice and informative. So far, we don't know about that. So many factors are involved in the sheeting, painting, all those things. So really, it was a nice presentation. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mr. Anil Singh was asking, so galvalume sheet is the right fit for the building, for the acidic in nature in the air or in the vicinity. Some factories giving any fumes or so. Is it galvalume sheet is the right choice or not?
Yes, because you have to build a building using steel, not limited to the cladding material, but it is also the structure, the primaries and secondaries. And definitely the design of the building is very, very important. If you can isolate that part, which is the fume generating factories or some pickling plant or something, in the separate or one end of the building, and if you have the proper ventilation or proper extractors, we call it as scrubbing things. If you are in place and you control the fumes which is generated during the processing, so definitely the building, the cladding is going to give more life. So everything is based on from the scratch, means design, detailing, and the location, the ventilations, and of course the higher metallic coating. We suggest Colorbond Ultra for that. If the fumes intensity is very high, then we can go with the composite system, which is we can suggest 1-to-1 whenever there is data available. If they can give the air sampling data or fumes, how much percentage of chemical fumes is there in the atmosphere. Also, whether it is impacting from outside or inside. So we will case to case, we can guide them. If somebody has any query, they can write to us. I'm available, mahindra.pingley@tatabluescopesteel.com. So I can give the details, or they can send it through our website. So that come to me and we will respond according to that. But yeah, the steel, of course, the metallic coated steel is a choice for that. So nowadays, the cement sheets or asbestos sheets are most of the countries is banned, and in India also the it has been replaced with the metal sheets. Of course, the life of the product is going to be less, but definitely you will save from the, this cancer and all sort of health hazard from this asbestos or cement sort of, fibers.
Somebody is asking for what is the grade of the Tata BlueScope sheets we are supplying?
Actually, for construction industry, actually our focus is more on the building and steel construction. We are not focusing on appliances. 100% output goes to the construction. So for construction application, yeah. So grade for roofing and wall cladding application. So there are different types of claddings available. One is the standing seam, as Mr. Amit Shah said, and the mostly people go for standing seam type of roofing sheets. So where we supply 300 MPa yield strength product, and there is an additional product is called high strength steel, which is steel is having a higher yield strength of more than 550 MPa, which is normally used for the clip lock type of roofing system, which doesn't have the seaming, but it has a locking arrangement with the clip, which is a concealed. And this is the clip lock type of profile is more popular in Australia and South Asian countries. But in India, people only go for standing seam because they feel that this is seamed with the clip, and that's why it is having the higher wind pressure capability. But clip lock is the best where we can withstand more than standing seam profile. So there are different types of profiles available through Tata BlueScope Steel. We'll discuss that in later. But of course, 550 MPa, 300 MPa, 345 MPa, whatever, because we are making steel. And with the Tata Steel is supplying the raw material for us to do the further coating, that's metallic coating and color coating at Jamshedpur plant. Yeah.
And Mr. Nilesh is asking for how the warranties you are going to provide for your supply.
Yeah, as I said, the warranties are very, very important, and that's a good question he has raised, because it is very, very important parameter when we are selecting the right kind of product. The warranties we offer with various, if you talk about corrosion resistant, we offer the up to 20 years warranty for corrosion protection. For color fading and chalking and all these things, we offer with the based on, if you are talking about PVDF type of things, we offer 20 years. If you talk about color bond XRW ultra sort of things, we offer 15 years warranties, up to 15 year warranties on that. So it is depends on the color, then the film integrity, all these parameters what I explained into the presentation, that is also important. Yeah.
One last question from Mr. Manoj. He is asking whether you can export material out of India.
Yeah, we do export to SAARC countries, which is outside the SAARC countries, BlueScope Steel presence is there. So our joint venture is limited to SAARC countries. Yeah, whenever there is a requirement, we do that with the permission from BlueScope.
Thank you, Mr. Pingle.
Thanks.
Mr. Shah, it was an excellent presentation. So you did a very challenging project, and a lot of thought process went in, and everybody got to know about how the pharmaceutical industry is being designed, how various challenges you faced, so all those things. And some of the general questions people have asked. Who is the PEB vendor for this project?
Kirby.
Okay, fantastic. And Mr. Suresh Raj is asking whether it is a composite structure. If it is a composite structure, how it has been designed like?
No, this is not composite structure. Reason being, in the large span, deflection was governing, and composite wouldn't have helped me in deflections. So it was it was almost all non-composite structure. Yeah. But yes, we have concrete contributions available, but we have not designed it as a composite structure.
And people are interested in knowing how much time it took for the completion. Like
completion from day of my appointment and
no.
Or total.
No. The PEB
it was on lighter notes. We should get freshen up, otherwise people will sleep. So design activity was in totality about 1.5 months from our side to prepare tender and estimations. Then was about, after ordering, another about 1.5 months to conclude the major design part of it. So total 3 months. Total manufacturing would be around 4.5 to 5 months. And total erection also, it all goes parallel. Even design and manufacturing was going parallel.
Yeah.
So total time from day of appointment of consultant till completion, if you ask me, was I think total about 14 months or so.
Oh, fantastic. And that took for the area?
Total area of PEB was 3.5 lakh square feet almost.
3.5 lakh square feet in
Total
14 months.
5,000 ton of steel. And the major challenge which I am again and again highlighting is transporting that to Sikkim.
Yes.
That was a mammoth job. Sikkim has every kind of possible limitations. Even transporters are licensed. Only people from Sikkim can transport in Sikkim. You cannot, if I supply from Mumbai, I have to download it at New Jalpaiguri and then someone else will supply it to the Sikkim. So that's the kind of problem we faced. But yes, it was a very good engineering project. We got immense satisfaction when the project was completed.
And Supriyo Ghosh is asking whether any fire lining has been made for this steel structure inside.
Yes. Wherever required, we have encased column with bison boards and depending upon fire requirements. But no, we have not used intumescent paints or cementitious paints and all because again, this is pharmaceutical plant.
Pharmaceutical. I hope you have used all plus columns, right? Most of them.
Most of them.
Yeah.
All columns are, all of them are moment connections. You will not see any bracing inside plant or on periphery of the plant. Nothing, only on the roof. Nowhere else you will see bracing.
And I was very interested in the ASR system.
ASRs, yeah.
That is 20 meters height. It's amazing, actually.
You have seen the video.
Yeah. And that actually one side, it is completely slender.
Yes.
So that was also, I think it made you
another challenge.
Another challenge.
Every part of the project, we had some of the other challenge. Every part of the project, it started from conceptualization because you will find none of the grid is even common. Okay. One grid is 8 meter, another grid is 9 meter, one more is 6.5 meter. Nothing is standard, nothing. Everything was engineered.
I mean, even for the
very good engineering project, we got immense satisfaction by doing it. There's no doubt.
And I think there are a lot of collateral loads are also being hung from the rooftop, right?
Yes.
So I think a lot of pipe racks as well as a lot of.
We have out of these 3 floors that we have, 1 floor is only services.
Okay.
And on other 2 floors, we have walkable false ceiling, which acts as a service floor again. Walkable false ceiling also needs about 200-250 kg per meter square of live load because it's walkable. People can walk on that. So yeah.
And Mr. Santosh Kumar is asking how the fabrication is done for a huge columns, electrical torque wrenches, manual tightening, or how it has been done for that.
The columns were fabricated in workshop. So wherever possible, we used sub-barge arc weldings. And wherever required, wherever we need heavier ones, it was all automated welding by Kirby. As far as installation and tightening of bolt is concerned, yes, torque wrench will have to be used. There's no question of using manual tightening because thousands of bolt. Manual tightening will never happen.
Never can be achieved.
There were not one. There were, I think, at least about 50 odd torque wrenches were deployed there. Every bolt needs to be tightened and certify that yes, this bolt tightening is done. If you forget 5 bolts and if one of them snap off, you are nowhere. So you don't take any chances with those kind of things.
And from which workshop they have transported Kirby?
Haridwar.
Haridwar. Achha, it is very nearby. Not nearby.
But that's the best option. Another one is at Hyderabad. So they transport to Haridwar. There is no nearby fabricator. And see, for such kind of challenging project, we have to be careful. Someone who has experience of dealing with 5,000 ton of steel, we need that kind of agency. We cannot give order to anybody. There were others in fray. There are many good fabricators for doing this kind of thing. It was a tight competition, and our estimation is always very, very tight. People in PV industry knows that we do not leave anything in estimation. It will be extremely tight. They have to match that estimation.
Okay, and one question regarding the standing seam. There, I think you faced a challenge. Can you please elaborate that? Because you told that it has been installed from a 9 meters. That's like.
No, that was for another project. Here, it's total 100-meter width. So each length of standing seam will be about 50 meters, which is manageable, which we can lift and put it on top and manage it. But if we have larger length, if you have length of standing seam roof about 90 meters, in some of my project, total width of the building is 180 meters. Now, lifting 90-meter sheet up the roof is a challenge. So we have rolled standing seam sheet at height. We rolled it at that height and then just pushed on the roof.
Yeah, who is the supplier for that standing seam?
Kirby. Everything was done by Kirby. Erection, fabrication, sheeting, everything. But sheeting material was, we insisted that we want PVDF coated Tata Blue Scope material only. We want that quality. We don't want to compromise on quality.
Mr. Pingle will be happy with that.
Yes.
All my prestige projects, believe me, there is no hiding on that. Why should I? If they are giving good quality, they are giving good quality.
Yeah.
We always, for premium projects, we insist on premium quality sheeting.
Yeah.
Where customer wants to get good material and want to spend little more for that, we will suggest them. As you were saying, there are so many variations. You can get sheeting 300 rupees a meter square also, and you can get it for 3,000 rupees a meter square also.
Yeah.
We need to rightly specify for a particular project and get that quality and install that. Then see, even customer will appreciate that. After 10 years also, I want to see project exactly same what I have left.
That's it.
That is required. Every project I insist on that.
Yeah. Is there any challenge of any wind and earthquake?
Earthquake was major challenge.
It's a zone 5.
Zone 5. Zone 5, and believe me, just 6 months before we started the project, there was a major earthquake in Nepal and Sikkim with a lot of destruction in that area. So in fact, that is what prompted CIPLA to consider steel building.
That is right.
Concrete building develops crack, and unless you fill up that crack, you need to do recertification of plant and all, which is a big job.
Correct.
Plant will be shut down maybe for a year.
Yeah.
So that was a major reason to consider steel building in that area. And after we completed, ours was the first plant in Sikkim with PEB. After we completed, in nearby area, so many plants have come up. So many of them. Everybody wants steel in that area now.
You made a pioneer job over there.
Yeah, we did pioneer job.
Achha, I have a small doubt regarding this ASRS system. So these railings, is it on the deck sheet or a concrete surface?
It is on concrete slab.
Concrete slab?
Concrete slab, because as I told you, basement, ground and first floor was concrete. This railing was resting on ground floor slab. That means above basement.
So I think that is also very challenging. Per running meter, that load is also immense.
Yeah, no, load is not that high, because see, at any given point of time, it can pick up 1 or 2 racks only. Each rack weighing 1 ton will be about 2 ton load on that. So load on that rail is not a challenge. It's slenderness of the column which is challenge.
And somebody is asking, what is the grade of steel you have been used?
All 345 grade for main fabrication steel.
So, and what is the
450 grade high tensile steel? All of them.
Okay. And Mr. Barun Kaur is asking whether you have used the code MBMA or IS code.
No, full Indian standard codes. And before we started design, we had a marathon meeting with insurers. They
Okay.
wanted to understand how you are going to do it because it's high seismic zone, and tomorrow if they have to pay, it will be a huge money for them.
Okay.
So there is no question of using AISC even. Forget about MBMA. There's no way we could have used for this project. No ways. It was all Indian standards. But
Okay.
I will also say, even after using Indian standards, we made a comparison also. Suppose if we redesign it with AISC, can we save steel? How much we'll save and all? Difference was around 3%. 2 to 3%. There's nothing for this scale of project. 2-3% of extra steel, I don't think is that critical. You better design with Indian standards.
I think they would have earned in a few months itself the total project they would have earned.
No, sir, I have only saved more than that for them. I will definitely ensure that I don't put a single penny more than what you thought of.
Yeah.
That's my duty. I have only saved that. They don't have to worry about putting a single kg extra. Never.
Right. And Mr. R.V. Kulakarni is asking for he wanted a one project, BEP project in Bangladesh project. Would you be interested to do that?
Definitely, sir. He was a person in Cipla in charge of Cipla project. So he knows me inside out. He knows what he is asking for. And we will be more than happy to do that with him. There is no doubt about it.
So, Mr. Ravneet Singh, would you like to continue with some questions?
No, I have, in fact, the discussion was quite elaborative. So my only one question, which I think I'm very keen to know, how different is regular PB structure from a pharmaceutical structure? What are the different challenges? How different they are both of them?
See, number one, they will be much heavier. If you talk about a warehousing structure, you can get in about 2.5 kg per meter square feet and 3 kg per square feet, and all people will talk about all those things. You talk about this heavy pharmaceutical structures, it may be weighing as high as about 15 to 17 kg per square feet. Okay. That's a very rough idea which I am giving you. That's a sense of heaviness of that structure you feel. Number one. Number two, as I told you, this pharmaceutical structures, you cannot have any introvert corners. So all plus columns will be encased in bison molds, which gives you two advantages. Number one, that internal corners are eliminated. And number two, you get very good thermal insulations. I mean, fire insulations and all. So that is another one. Third, as I told you, see, if you talk about light structures like warehousing and all, they are price sensitive. The industry is price sensitive. They need to save every rupee. So even painting specifications which we write for warehousing industry will be bare minimum one. Against same specific, as I told you, we completely repainted entire structure. 100% repainting after erection is completed so that the structure is absolutely clean. There's not even a single dust on that structure. These are kind of extra money which we need to put. Again, erecting with those two cranes. Imagine how we transported those cranes up there. Only the foundations of those crane has costed about 50 lakh rupees. Only the foundation of that crane at site. Because again, hilly terrain, people will have to make bigger foundations. This is 60-meter boom length crane with tip capacity of about 6 or 7 ton and all. Massive. Those cranes are massive by every way. So you need to pay for that, obviously. Who pays? We only have to pay for that. It becomes challenging activity. And someone who has experience of handling this can only handle that. I strongly believe that. Otherwise, someone who has not handled project in Sikkim, you give him 5,000 ton to be erected and then just sleep for 5 years.
One small question, sir. There are pharma equipments means there are very sensitive equipments are being installed.
Very sensitive.
Yeah, so there are going to be some vibration in nature.
Yes.
And
yes,
some dynamic and static loads are also expected.
Yes, that 2 ton per meter square included that. And there are, wherever they manufacture tablets, those machines which put tablets in aluminum foil, they generate a lot of vibrations. So those machines were in that area, and we have designed floor for that. No vibrations.
No vibration. Okay, wonderful.
You
So
can
in
see
fact,
from inside. I have put those inside pics also.
Yeah.
Inside, you will never ever even realize that this is a steel building.
Correct.
I have one question for both Mr. Dwivedi and Mr. Shah. In
Tell me,
fact,
sir.
with the current trend, how do you see the green certification, or talking about maybe solar rooftops, or making the building sustainable? What is the interest level? Do the client come with those requests to you, or it's other way around, and costing is something which is only taken into consideration when you go for? How important is sustainability and green and generating powers from the structure is important for your customer, including maybe Hero or other clients whom you have worked with? And similarly, Mr. Shah has worked with a lot of Indian and international clients. What are their prerequisites, I'll say?
Mr. Dwivedi?
Yeah. Green certification is basically, done based on the type of material used in the building.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of paint we are using, what kind of, maybe in case steel building is there, then what kind of seating is used, what kind of insulation is used, what kind of lighting fixtures are used, what kind of sanitary fixtures are used. Green certification is based, each maybe kind of material used having points. Green certification is done on the point basis.
So do client insist for those?
Yeah.
They are insisting currently.
They are insisting. We have done the maybe 3 major projects for Hero.
Okay.
For in Haridwar, in Halol, and the Chittoor. All the projects are having the green certification. Even all the 3 are having platinum rating.
Wow.
Green certification, it starts from gold to gold, then silver, then silver, gold, then platinum. So these 3 plants are having platinum rating, sir.
That is the highest one.
Yeah, that is the highest one.
Fantastic. Mr. Shah, how has been your experience?
Green certification, yes, people do ask for green certifications. All corporates definitely ask for green certification nowadays. Regarding making provisions, solar panel is a default now. It's not option, it is default. In every project, you have to design with capability of installing solar panels. If not today, 3 years down the line, 5 years down the line, everyone wants to put solar panel on their roof and save cost of electricity. Regarding other part of it, not everybody wants to have those paints which are low VOC paints and all. No, not everybody wants to do that. But steel building, yes, majority of the people are thinking that once you have steel building, you have LED in place, you have solar panel in place, you are almost done with your green building certifications. Though it requires many more points to be considered and many other requirements. But yes, people want to go for, more and more people want to go for. I am recently doing one small project in Vapi, which is about 30,000 square feet. The small guy, but he wants to have complete green building certification done for that. When small people have started thinking on those lines, no problem. Even if I have to spend 15, 20 lakh rupees extra, I don't mind, but I would like to have green building certification. So that's a very good marketing point for them. They put it up proudly on their website and all. So yes, I would strongly recommend anybody who is looking for making new factories and all, must think of it. It's not big cost. It's hardly anything comparing, considering your project cost.
Mr. Reddy, do you have any more question? Otherwise, I'll ask one final tricky question, and I would like to end today's discussion because we are already 4 minutes over the time.
Yeah. Okay. Mr. Shah, Mr. Prabhat Kumar Singh is hailing you like anything. So for your engineering
Thank you so
capability.
That's a great appreciation after
I'm
speaking.
seeing when I'm talking, I'm seeing that chart section. There are about 47 charts open,
Yeah.
which I need to reply once I think we conclude this. Then I will make them. This chart will remain on, right?
It will for 10 minutes. Yes, for 10
Or maybe
minutes.
can you send that across to me so that I can make reply to all of them? Many people
Karen,
have
do we have
questions, and I think I must reply to them.
Yes, sir. We shall send it across.
Perfect. We can send it across to you.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Yes, sir. I conclude from my side.
Okay.
Will you please take it?
Mr. Shah, one last question.
Yeah.
Now you have already done quite a challenging project,
Yes.
and you have completed on time, on schedule. My only question is, if a similar project of similar nature is given to you, do you think you can further save more time in terms of day when you go ahead with this project?
For sure. For
Okay.
sure, I can save on time for sure, because when I started working on CIPLA, there were almost 1 year was put on engineering. Before I got involved, a lot of things were done. The foundations were in place. Given a choice, if I have to decide, I will further standardize things, and I will accommodate. I will realign those things so that I can save on time. Number one. Number two, save on cost. Yes, again, same thing. If I have a choice of optimizing it, if you give me clean slate, I will draw perfectly what I want. Here it was drawn, and then I have to optimize it further. So yes, even a bigger challenge. We have done even bigger challenges in recent past. My Detweiler project, as I have said, Midea and all. Midea was more than 10,000 ton steel. Detweiler is again a pharmaceutical company, more than 5,000 ton, and that's even heavier than what I have designed in Sikkim. So yes, every project for me is a new project. It needs to be attended freshly. There is no copy paste business in structural engineering. You cannot do that. You better don't do that.
Fantastic. I think we had quite an interesting and engaging discussion today, and
Yes.
we love to listen more from both the speakers and Mr. Mahendra. Thank you so much, Mr. Reddy, for kind of connecting everything together. And I think we had a good engagement today.
Yes. It was very
It's a
nice.
pleasure.
Special thanks to all the attendees, and soon we will come with the third episode of Green and Sustainable Structure, and we look forward to welcome you, all the audience again for that third session. Thank you, and everybody have a nice evening.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for everybody's time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Pleasure. Thank you. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.